It's also time to break down Drake Maye. Drake Maye, probably his best game as a pro. 24 of 30, completes 80% of his throws, 238 yards, a touchdown to Austin Hooper. The interception that we just went over, that was not really his fault. Also has 5 rushes for 59 yards on the ground with the long of 41. I thought overall, Taylor, he was on time. I thought he was accurate. He threw with anticipation, took what the defense gave him, and led the Patriots to the most yards they've had in a game since 2022, both rushing and passing total combined. So obviously, like I said earlier, too.
My God.
Yeah, second most points scored this season as well, to only the Jets game a few weeks ago. So a good, solid offensive performance, at least from Drake Maye. Break it down further. What did you see from the 22-year-old that made you happy on Sunday?
It was a lot, man. First, this was the first game where he truly had no turnover-worthy plays. That's huge. That was something we said we needed to see from Drake Maye, because in every other game, he either committed a turnover-worthy play or had a play that was a turnover where you're still like, okay. It's not like the worst thing in the world. You'll learn, but, you got to protect the football. Did a great job doing that. Like we said, the interception was not on him. It's a fluke play, which is like, this man, his brand of play is madness, but it feels like it also attracts some like chaos energy from defenses, where it's just like he gets the weirdest luck sometimes and this like really funky shit happens. But anyway, he did really well. He has completed at least, I believe it's 70 or 75% of his passes in 3 of his last 4 games, which is incredible. He had over 80% of his passes that were accurate in this game. I love the patience he showed. I loved it against a Gus Bradley defense. I saw in some corners of the internet people saying that he was unwilling to go downfield. That was not true. Gus Bradley was literally daring him from his cover 3 scheme to throw downfield and create those turnover-worthy plays and throw into bad windows. Drake was like, nah, thank you. I'm just going to take what you give me. Really, really impressive stuff from a rookie. You don't often see them adapt their game the way that Drake does, where this is like we talked about it. He's got a big arm. He runs a lot. Obviously, he was able to do some things with his legs, but he also was playing in structure. He's not taking the bait when defenses try to get him to throw into bad windows. And the accuracy and anticipation are fantastic. The anticipation doesn't surprise me, but the ball placement, especially in the quicker game, really, really does, because we thought his accuracy was going to be up and down early in his career. So without further ado, let's get into Drake Maye. So first, I want to touch on his anticipation and accuracy. So the Patriots threw a lot of outbreaking routes, because with the Seahawks defense, not the Seahawks, I'm sorry, that Seahawks style defense, that cover 3, really one of the easiest ways to beat it is outbreakers. We saw that a ton in the Super Bowl with Tom Brady, right? You throw the hitches, you throw the quick outs, because they're trying to funnel everything towards the middle of the field, right? That's where they're the strongest. That's where you really don't want to really throw the ball often, and Drake Maye did a great job avoiding those. So first example, we've got a 3rd and 7 to Hunter Henry. This is when he completed a couple times, both times, great accuracy, great anticipation. Drake Maye going to drop back, sees the coverage he likes, throws this before Hunter Henry has even really gotten into his break. Hunter Henry turns around. That ball is right on him with excellent placement. He is completely covered, but Drake Maye puts it in the one spot. Only his guy can get it. That's a conversion on 3rd down. Great job from those two. And now encore, later in the game, 3rd quarter, we're going to see a very similar concept. Another out route from Hunter Henry. More anticipation from Drake Maye. Slightly more competitive route, right? Before, the defender kind of closed on Hunter Henry. Here, he gets a little more physical, and he's right on his hip as Hunter Henry's about to break. Drake Maye beats that tight coverage with another great anticipation throw. Lets it go before the break. Puts it right in Hunter Henry's chest. Again, defender can't make a play on it. Hunter Henry does a great job to convert. I don't know where the rest of the clip went. That was super weird. But another great example of his timing and anticipation. This, obviously, one of the throws of the game, one of his best throws of the season, this time hitting another tight end on an outbreaking route, but it's going to be Austin Hooper in scoring territory. Now, we're going to see linebacker mismatch, all right? Now, when we were talking about Jacoby Brissett, it was so frustrating when they would go 12 personnel and not attack when Austin Hooper was covered by a linebacker. If they're not going to respect him, you need to give your relatively athletic tight end an opportunity to go up, use his catch radius, and go attack the ball. Drake Maye does that again before he even has the tight end's eyes. He knows where he wants to put this ball. Pristine ball location, putting it up over Zaire Franklin, letting Austin Hooper climb the ladder to get this one. Oh my God, this it bothers me how good this throw is. I'm gonna go one more time. And then that's also the edge kind of gets in his lap a little bit. It's not enough to affect the throw, but even still, Phenomenal ball placement. Austin Hooper, great job to high point that, make the catch, get in for the touchdown.
I want to ask you about the route spacing on that play. Okay. What do you make of it? It seems like there's a lot going on over there.
I think Jalen Polk is looking for a back shoulder. He knew he wasn't going to win and stack the corner. So he's literally just waiting and seeing if Drake is going to throw it to him. That could have been a touchdown as well. And also because this is a man defender, like this guy's not making a play on this. He's looking at Jalen Polk, and then you've got the flat defender. I don't really have an issue with the spacing. I don't think it's an issue. This is man coverage.
And I think, that's fair. And I think, too, when he sees the ball in the air, Polk, he starts to come back to the football. And that's why the spacing looks bad, too, because he doesn't just run him completely off, right? You said he slows down, he looks for that. So that's why there's a little bit too much in the area.
I think he's also trying to shield. He's trying to shield his guy because, he turns around. He sees the ball in the air and then turns like he's trying to get in the way. Yeah. I think that's what was happening there.
All righty. Continue.
All right. Now we're going to get in the end zone angle. I just want to see it one more time. This is way better. Austin
Hooper, is where you can see him literally put it on his head.
Those are right now. Austin Hooper is not out of his break yet. Boom. Perfect ball. Great adjustment, too, by Austin Hooper. I want to give him his flowers. This is a really pretty catch from him. But, yeah, one of the best throws that Drake Maye has made in his young career. Now, zone coverage. We know that you cannot play man coverage against Drake Maye. His touchdown to Austin Hooper came against man coverage. His scramble that we're going to talk about later, the 41-yarder, came against man coverage. Defenses are like, you know what? Screw this. I know these receivers aren't the best. We're not going to risk this kid putting perfect passes and then running on us because our backs are turned. We're going to play zone. Now, that's also just what the Colts do in general, but not a lot of defenses playing a ton of man against Drake Maye. And this example is one that we saw a couple times in the game to Kendrick Bourne in long yardage situations. This one, an extra long yardage situation. This was after a penalty that brought them back into 2nd and 15 right at the top after the 2-minute warning. You're going to see Kendrick Bourne as the Z receiver to the bottom of the screen on this high-low concept. This is one that Drake Maye is very comfortable with. We've seen him since the preseason be able to read this out very well, throw with anticipation and ball placement, and also read and know when to manipulate defenders. Because here, as you can see, the arrow's here because he's looking to see if this defender is in the throwing window or if he's kind of expanding. And also, looking him off just this little bit helps create the window because no one's thinking he's going to throw behind that linebacker. So, looks there. Great anticipation. He's throwing to Kendrick Bourne right now as he's breaking behind this underneath defender because this guy is focused on Hunter Henry, obviously one of Drake Maye's top targets. He's not even thinking that Kendrick Bourne's about to get open behind him. Great throw from Drake Maye into that void for Kendrick Bourne to be able to move the chains and nullify the penalty. A little celebration there at the end. Now we're going to see it again. Similar concept, Drake Maye, but he's going to look quicker. He's going to see that Zaire Franklin expands, can't really make a play on this. This ball is going to hit right between these two zone defenders, but Drake Maye throws it before Kendrick Bourne has actually crossed. The confidence for a rookie to make this throw into this void, knowing that there's an underneath defender that's still, at the moment he's making the throw, in front of his receiver, extremely impressive stuff. Shows the poise from Drake Maye. Fits this into the window. Another good ball. Kendrick Bourne makes the catch. Another really nice game. So those are the ones that Kendrick Bourne, and this was one I thought really showed the restraint from Drake Maye. Now, we've broken it down at other times where they have these smash concepts to the outside, the Patriots, where other times, especially against cover 2, like they're going to get here, Drake Maye will try to pump the underneath route to get this kind of tiled corner to go down, and then he'll throw right over his head for a bigger gain. But number 33 does an excellent job here maintaining depth in splitting both of those guys so that if Drake Maye does throw downfield, he can make a play on it. Drake Maye doesn't take the bait. So once again, we're trying to target number 33 on this smash or high-low concept to the outside. Now Drake Maye gets the snap. You're going to see right here, he tries to pump, right? But look at number 33. He's not moving. He's like, all right, bro, I'm just going to maintain my depth. He's dropping underneath that, right? If Drake Maye throws this, unless it's perfect ball placement, it's a pick. He's like, you know what? I don't need to risk it. I've got Hunter Henry open underneath. I'm just going to throw to him for a solid gain. That seems like the kind of thing that can get easy in the film study, but the fact that he tried to manipulate the defense and didn't throw it anyway shows that he's actually reading what's happening and he's responding to the defense, not the other way around. I love that. I love that from Drake Maye. But as always, we also have to talk about the off-schedule playmaking because the few times the Colts tried to play man coverage against Drake Maye, he made them pay. They only played it a few times after this, and this is why you don't mess with Drake. So where's the situation? Where's my play button? All right. So Drake Maye's going to get the snap. You got a high-low concept, also have a flat, and he's going to try to see where this linebacker is playing it. I think you could still throw this to the flat, but he doesn't like it. I also diagrammed this differently because I wasn't positive if he was looking to the flat or if he was looking to this route. Either way, Hunter Henry's running an out-breaking route. That's covered. Ramondre Stevenson's not a great look either, so he goes backside to the high-low. He sees that the intermediate route is covered. The hole defender is about to break down on Kendrick Bourne's route, even though he does have separation against his defender. And then Drake Maye has the edges collapsing. Not the tackles, it's not a terrible effort from them. It's a deep drop so that he has room to step up. But when he steps up, he's like, oh, shit, I can just keep running because Kayshon Boutte turns this upfield, and he's got all this space to work with. Drake Maye takes off, hit over 19 miles an hour on this play. Nice job from Kayshon Boutte just getting in the way to give him somewhere to kind of slip through. The acceleration there, I was like, oh, okay. We were literally yelling, like, Kayshon, just keep running. I kind of wish he kept kind of tricking the defender, but he doesn't make a play anyway. Nice acceleration from Drake Maye. And then a little celebration, a little swagger from the rookie. We're seeing a little more every single week. So that's pretty cool. 3 teammates go to pick him up. Now, this one didn't count, right? This kind of falls into the category of red zone woes as well, but we like to finish on a high note with Drake Maye. So we're not going to focus on the fact that also Antonio Gibson scored after this penalty on a really great play. So I'm not going to harp on the fact that Demario Douglas never gets set before he goes in motion, which also is not on him. That's more on Drake Maye. As the quarterback, you need to make sure your receivers are set and then tell them to come in motion. As you're going to see right here, he's actually going to tell Pop to come before he gets set. That's on him. Now, Pop obviously maybe can help him a little bit more, be like, let me get set, and then I'll go. But still, Drake Maye needs to show better awareness. It's fine. He's young. He'll learn. So we get Pop shifting into the backfield. Shifting across the formation. Drake Maye gets the snap. Now, his initial read, Kendrick Bourne, that's a pretty tight window. I understand why he doesn't really like that. So instead, he goes backside to Demario Douglas. He could probably hit this, to be honest. I kind of wish he'd pulled the trigger, but also you've got this linebacker. I'm not sure what exactly affected his decision not to throw this, but you come off it, whatever, because he has an escape hatch, right? He's got this area to kind of go and extend the play. Kendrick Bourne also does a really good job here getting open. He's done really good on scramble drills. Just need him to be better in structure, but we've already talked about that. Drake Maye buys time. Kendrick Bourne breaks away from coverage, finds a soft spot, settles in it. Drake Maye hits him in that open void. Should have been a touchdown. Unfortunately, was brought back by Demario Douglas's penalty. But once again, best day that I've seen from Drake Maye. The patience, the accuracy, both against tight coverage and just to know how to exploit holes in zone coverage. And also you still saw a little bit of that playmaking ability off schedule. So I was very excited with what I saw from him. If you're a Patriots fan, be happy that you got yourself a Drake Maye, right? That's the hardest part of the offense to address. You got your quarterback. Now try to finish strong and surround him with more talent. But yeah, I thought it was a really, really impressive performance from the rookie.